What's up, Hans family? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to bring you guys this tutorial. I actually filmed this maybe like 2 weeks ago or so, but with traveling and Hanzoween prep, insert you imagining me having a mischievous look on my face. I didn't get this all edited, but here it is all together finally now. Alright, here I am with my sassy bun. No sassy ponytail for right now, look at all the sass. I'm taking this white eyeliner pencil, this is just from NYX, just to map out where I want the open, gaping, shot-through mouth hanging out. A little Twisty the Clown inspired. And then now grabbing this water-activated body paint, which is yellow, this is just from Mehron. I'm going to put it all over my skin, but I'm not worrying too much about how opaque it is. I'm kind of just going in with a layer, and then a second one by stippling it. I want it to look kind of aged and messy anyways. This is the Makeup Forever Clown White paint. It's a cream-based paint, which I fucking love. If you guys watch my tutorials, putting cream-based products on top of water-activated, because water-activated like sets, then the cream just blends so beautifully on top to give you nice highlights. And another thing I've done in numerous videos is by taking one of these shitty-ass beauty sponges, and you just rip little holes in it, and when you dip it into paint, it kind of looks like veins. So if you just dip onto your face, and you can even pat out the color a little bit with your fingers, it'll give the appearance of some veins kind of running through, and you can obviously do this in whatever color you want. Picking up Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek, just this nice little brown eyeshadow. No mocha for me right now, unfortunately, because I'm out of it, which makes me want to die. But I'm just patting it on to give the look of a hollow eye bag, and switching to a defining kind of angled brush just to really sharpen the lines, and then back to the blending brush just to pat all the color out. We want these eye bags to look like they're sinking into our face, so the shadow will mainly remain right around the circular part that we've made. Also defining the rest of the face, making my nose look a little bigger and deeper. And since we have this huge smile, obviously we'd have to have some big smile lines. And just a little tip I'll throw out there for you guys, when we smile the shadow goes downwards because technically our little puffy cheeks from our smile is casting a shadow down onto our upper lip area. I almost called it mustache area. I guess it could be both. Add some more wrinkles on your leisure. I want my clown to look like an angry bitch. So I'm really adding those in right where I would kind of be wrinkling my nose and my furrowed brow. And like before, I like to add the line down where I want the shadow and then just kind of pat it out as I go. Especially when working on top of body paints, I feel that tapping is one of the best ways to blend shit out. Mixing together paints is one of the easiest things to do, you guys, and you don't need like every color under the sun to create really cool looks. I'm just using red and white here and mixing together to get a nice pink to add where the gums are. And I did them kind of jagged and a little messed up looking. I didn't want it to be super symmetrical, but I'm keeping that gum line just right under my bottom lip because we don't want the teeth to be kind of skewed by the line or shape of our lips. Like I said before, mixing colors is your best friend. I'm just mixing a little bit of black into the red to get this maroon shade and just filling in the rest of the mouth. I added a little bit more black when it came over the lips because I want those to be pretty hidden, and also towards the outsides of the big mouth because those kind of go deep into where our hollows of our cheeks are, so those would be dark as fuck. Alright, so this next step, I'm just drawing out some little teeths with white body paint and a small brush, but I would suggest drawing out the teeth before and leaving those spaces open instead of filling it with the pink and red body paint. This totally works and you can do it the way I'm doing it, but you have to layer that white because it'll mix with the pink underneath at least 27,000 times. And so if you don't want to do that, leave those spaces open. And this is what I was talking about, having the teeth just on the lip so that they don't kind of skew between the lip line. Grabbing Cocoa Bear again, I'm taking a little bit of this shadow and darkening around the smile. I want this crooked smile to have all of these edges where the skin is pulling inwards, and just kind of around the entire face, just darkening it up a little bit. And speaking of darkening up things, this is Corrupt from Makeup Geek. It's a black shadow, but it's kind of a light black shadow, if that makes sense. It's not the deepest, darkest black, but it will just kind of help accentuate some of these lines a little more, because we want these wrinkles to really look like they're going inward in the skin. With the eyes, I was like, fuck, I really don't want to put in contacts. I mean, I have my prescription contacts in, but not colored ones. So I decided to draw some soulless, black as darkest devil's dick I'm doing this with black body paint, which was great because it will dry down. So if you're blinking throughout the day, which obviously you would, because I don't think you'll be walking around with your eyelids closed the entire time, it won't crease. And then just blending that out a little bit so it's not such a stark line. And adding a cute little pink nose. Because again, I'm a clown, so I wanted a cute little pink nose. With that small little detail brush and Cherry Cola, the other one of my Holy Trinity eyeshadows from Makeup Geek that I love with all my heart, it's like a dark red eyeshadow. I want to darken where the skin is kind of hanging over top the open mouth. So the gums need all of their little defining and shading between the skin, and also their shading between each tooth, or where each tooth I guess would be. If you look at your gums, they circle out around each tooth. That's basically where the root of your tooth is going up and the gum is around it. So I'm just creating little lines where the gums would be, and then shading around the bottom part to make it look like it is actually curved around. During this too, I did use a little bit of Mars eyeshadow, which is also from Makeup Geek. It's in the Manny MUA palette, and it's one of my favorite red shades, but any red eyeshadow will suffice. The mouth just wasn't torn up enough, so using more of that brown eyeshadow, I'm adding more little crevices where the skin is ripped up and torn. And that's what I was talking about, that you have to kind of layer the teeth just so that it's nice and opaque white. But when that's all dry and layered 27,000 times, I use a little bit of that Cocoa Bear just to shade between the teeth. So each tooth that's in front of the other needs a little shading behind it, and a little bit of brown just so that it needs to have a little dimension to it. Same with the nose, adding a little bit of color, and oh, it's my little Moo. This is my little black cat, Maylene. He's the light of my life, and he's very jealous when I'm filming because he has to be on me at all times. So I'm gonna just give him a little kiss, okay. You guys already know the final step, highlighting, the best step, brings everything together. I want to highlight the high points of the look. That includes the gums, the very center of those gum lines, because they would protrude outwards. And that highlight with a little bit of that cream paint just helps to kind of make it look like it is more three-dimensional. I'm also doing this on the nose and on top of little parts of the skin that would be the high points of the face, and the high points around that torn mouth. It'll really look like that skin is hanging over if there's just a little bit of highlight blended on the tip. Just the tip. My lip line, I could still see a little bit, so I wanted to add just a little bit more black so it's even darker. And then using this Makeup Forever Aqua XL liner, it's my favorite liner to use now on face charts for highlights. Oh, I love it. I'm going to add the little spit tendrils coming down. And when it comes to water or spit, basically just draw it out very lightly and kind of add a little more highlights to a few of the pieces. Look at a reference picture, that'll be your best bet. But keeping it light and then just going and adding some stark white little dots and highlights here and there will make it look more like realistic water. Added a few little black drips coming down for tears. And I just got this wig. This is a Bellamy wig. It's one of their synthetic ones. And this inspired the look, really. I wanted to do something with this, and so I thought yellow was such a perfect color to go with this. So I just threw that bad boy on, and this is the final look. I really hope you guys like it. I really like doing it. I'm so fucking excited for Hansween. I have a lot in store for you guys. It's gonna be fucking crazy. But I am doing 15 high quality tutorials instead of 31. So I hope that's okay with you guys, but I'm so excited. I can't wait. Anyways, I love the fuck out of you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I love the fuck out of you. Bye.